Um, hey, Paul, I got one for you. I was coming back from San Jose, California, right? And Southwest flights have been fucked up. I wanted to get home and see my kids, so I was like, "Fuck it, let's just drive home." And it went great because my daughter went to bed and I wasn't home. When I woke up, she came in to say, hi to her mom, and she came walking in. It was like Santa Claus was laying there in the bed. She was just like freaked out, jumped in the bed. It was awesome. So anyway, we were driving home. We got to Bakersfield, and Club Soda Kenny goes, "Hey, this is where the Onion Field murders were. Onion Field killing was." And I was like, "What the hell's that?" And he told me this really crazy story about how there was these two undercover cops, and they pulled over these two guys. They looked shady or whatever. They pulled them over, and they both had guns under the seat. And this guy had this move. What he would do is he would kick the gun, out from under the seat with his heel, right? And when he went to get out of the car, you could see his hands, but he would back out of the car, do this slick little move where he backed out of the car, and he fucking grabbed the gun off the floor and pointed at the undercover, had it in his back. And then he said to the other undercover, "Give me your gun, or I'm going to kill this guy." Oh, the cop with the gun in his back goes, "Dude, he's got a gun in my back. Give him the gun," or something like that. The cop didn't know what to do, and he freaked out, and he gave him the gun. So then the two guys kidnapped him, put him in the car. They drove him up to Bakersfield, out to this onion field, and one of them thought the little Lindbergh laws, which was Charles Lindbergh's son, got kidnapped and killed. He thought he was automatically going to get the death penalty just for kidnapping. But the reality was he had the law wrong. You had to do something like ask for money or something like that. So he just gets out of the car and he goes, "You hear the Lindbergh Act?" Because he told him he was going to let him go. And the cop goes, "Yeah." And he just shot the guy right in the head. And the other cop freaked out and started taking off. And his Club Soda Kenny always says how difficult it is to hit a moving target. He was zigzagging. They didn't get him. He ran through the fields, found a farmhouse. Long story short, they ended up catching the guys. And but that other cop, because he gave up his gun, was ostracized by the other police officers and treated like a coward and all of that. And it totally fucked him up. He started shoplifting because he wanted to go to jail and be punished and shit.
Wow.
Just really ruined the guy's fucking life. It was an incredible story. So there's a movie they made about it with James Woods, Ted Danson, one of Ted Danson's first thing. It's on the Criterion Channel. My only beef with the movie, aside from I tried to watch it with my wife and it was just, it was bad because every black character is playing like a fucking drug addict, alcoholic, or a prostitute. You know how Hollywood has been forever. So she's like, "I'm not watching this shit." But I sat down and my thing was when I watched it was it happened in 1963. This is what a car nerd I am. They were panning the opening shot as they're panning, clearly show a 65 Impala. I'm like, this shit happened in 1963. What kind of hookup did that guy have that he gets the 65 Impala in March of 1963? Oh, no, wait, I'm wrong. Because that's later on. And the fucking trial kept dragging out because these fucking asshole guys who did it kept appealing it. So they wouldn't be on, and then they got rid of the death penalty, and one of them got actually paroled. It was a fucking joke. That's why they had the 65 Impala. I was like, how the fuck did they miss that? Sorry. Anyways, check it out. It's called The Onion Field Killing on the Criterion Channel.
Dude, I was just watching, I was thinking about you too, because I was watching Narcos Mexico, because I just, me. And there was
couldn't watch that one because the guy's going to get tortured to death.
Yeah, and the El Paso, it was funny because when me and you drove from San Antonio to El Paso, I go, "Dude, we're going to have something in the car." And you were like, "What?" And I was like, "Dude, we should have something in the car." He go, "Paul, we're going to be going 80 miles an hour." But dude, shit.
Paul thought illegal aliens were going to cross, Mexican illegal aliens were going to cross the border, and their big move was to get all the way, I don't know how many hundreds of miles north, up to the 10 west, and to jump onto moving cars at 80 miles an hour.
Anything worse than being sick on your birthday?
I did think of something worse.
I'm sure there is something worse than being sick.
Yeah, no, when you've brought up the border, just seeing these fucking guys that get paid to bring these kids up and they don't even do it. They just take kids and they just drop them over the wall. They probably break their fucking legs and they just leave them there. It's just like, what fucking world do we live in, man? Fucking world are we living in? Anyways, with that whole fucking... that happiness...
Yeah, no, it's like it's everything is just like, dude, CNN had a thing where this
Don't
guy
watch any of those channels.
No, it was I didn't watch it. It was on the fucking Twitter feed, and it just said some guy had to flee a blazing fire because the cops were coming, and he left his 19-month-old in the fire. And the guy just fucking ran because the fucking feds came, and it was just like, and I'm just scrolling through and I'm going, I'm going like what why? Like, what's going on? Like, what's going on?
No, my thing is, why do I need to know that? The horror of that. That's like when my wife, you know, that SNL sketch of how women like watching those murder shows late at night. My wife, my beautiful wife, sits there and she watches those things. Dude, I go to bed, I have fucked up dreams.
You know why it's so popular? I thought about it. It's because it's fascinating because it's out there for real. That's what it is. You walk in the mall and you go buy a pair of kicks in the mall. You're probably walking past somebody that either is gonna or has killed somebody or knows somebody who knows somebody that killed somebody. That's what's fucking fascinating about it. So when you read those stories,
there's a possibility, Paul. That's not that many murderers.
No, but
all right, let's look, Andrew, look that up. What percentage of people in a mall have murdered someone? No.
You've been in a movie theater packed with a guy that's killed somebody.
I have absolutely been in New York City. I have absolutely got into a cab where a murderer got out, or 100% on the subway. 100% on the subway.
Yeah, there's been. Andrew, how many murders per year in the United States? And this is the guys that don't, these are the guys that get caught. These are the guys that get caught.
Well, you're saying how many murders?
Hey, there's a lot of unsolved mysteries out there, okay?
You're not saying how many murderers. You're saying how many murders.
Yeah.
So if you said how many murderers, you'd be like, these are just the guys that got caught. But if you're saying how many murders, that's a number. They got that one down.
Right. But it's I would imagine it'd be doubled in real life, like with the people that didn't get caught.
You think there's twice as many people dead that people don't realize? I mean, there's people that are missing.
What were you going to say,
21 million total deaths recorded and homicides recorded in the U.S. in 2020.
How many?
20.
What?
Excuse me, 21,000. Sorry, 21,000.
Oh,
21 million. I was like, Jesus Christ.
I was looking.
And there's still traffic?
Yeah. Highest was in California, 2,200. Texas, 1,900.
And you know more of those people? Yeah, because that fucking state sucks. No, because that state goes from New York City down to Florida on the West Coast. That's what people don't understand, how big this fucking state is.
If you look at this, it's actually a lot of it's by size. It's not even by population. Like a lot of the bigger sized states. So, yeah.
Dude, there's been a murderer at your show clapping, laughing. Dude, all the theaters you've done, all of the arenas, the theaters, there's been a motherfucker that go out laughing his ass. Got a beer before the show.
Probably came up and took a picture.
Took a picture, and then he goes back out he gets in the car, grabs a fucking rusty wrench, goes back to work. Oh man, it's really, dude, people are fucking sick, man. It's wild, dude. And watching those shows makes me just want to fucking hold my kids and just fucking, I mean, I get worried about
Makes
that.
me not want to leave. I mean, leave the fucking house. Leave the house.